to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you live from beautiful Budapest here in Central Europe. I hope everybody has had a safe, happy, and healthy weekend. In this class, we are looking at speaking part 2, giving clear answers to the cue card question. While we wait for a few more of your classmates to join in, this class is presented to you by aehelp.com. That's academicenglishhelp.com. Check us out there for help with the academic version of the IELTS. Hi, Tito. Hi, Preeti. Nice to see our members in the class. Hi, Kamola. John, Doan, Shahi. Good to see some other students as well. Students, if you're learning for the general version of the exam, check us out at gieltshelp.com. That's for general IELTS. On both of our websites, we have loads and loads of materials for you. Hi, Vatsal. Hi, Wei, Du. Hi, Boomy. Nice to see more members. Students, our websites, they look like this. This is the academic website here. You can click that big red button to join the premium package. This is the general version of the website with the green background, and you can click that big red button to join the premium package. After you do that, you will have a My Student account right there, and in your My Student account, you will find loads and loads of helpful materials, including interactive practice tests, a full online course, 6 original exams, over 100 hours of video lessons, audio CDs, and lots of additional services. So just so you get an idea, here are the list of videos. I know it's a bit bright, but there's lots and lots of videos for you to learn from. So check out those websites for sure. Hi, Eugen. Great emojis. I'm feeling good. Thank you. Hope you're doing well also. If you have questions, students, about the IELTS exam, please send me an email to Adrian, A-D-R-I-A-N, at aehelp.com. And if you want to buy our books from Amazon, you can do that. Search for A Helps Academic IELTS or G Helps General IELTS. And March 18th, which is today, for the next 4 days, we will have lots of live classes. Today, speaking part 2. Of course, everybody is welcome to join this chat. And then tomorrow, we will have task 2 for members and listening for everyone. Then on Friday, we'll finish that task 2 with the members and do listening parts 3 and 4 with everyone. And then on Saturday, we'll do a speaking part 1 and a reading lesson. So that's our schedule. You can always check the schedule on our YouTube community bulletin as well. All right, students, without further ado, let's get into today's part 2 speaking. So for those of you who are not familiar with the format of the IELTS speaking, it's a face-to-face interview, usually with a native English speaker, often with a British English speaker. And the interview takes about 12, maybe 15 minutes maximum. It has 3 parts. The first part will be just some kind of general questions, some questions to get to know you better. And then part 2, the examiner will give you a cue card. On that cue card, you'll see about 5 to 6 questions. And then the examiner will say, okay, you have 1 minute to look at the questions on the card. Then you will have 2 minutes to speak. Here's some note paper. Here is a pencil. You can take notes in the 1 minute preparation time if you wish. Are you ready to start? Yes, certainly. You turn over the card and this is what you see. And now students, this is a speaking class, so let's speak. Okay, writing is good in the chat, but make sure to speak and speak nice and loud as well. Okay. Yeah, Kyber, it does seem like the IELTS exams are being canceled in many parts of the world because of the coronavirus, of course. or delayed, if you will. But students, this is a really good time to study extra hard. So you basically have some extra time right now to catch up on your IELTS studies. So I highly recommend doing that while you're waiting for your IELTS exams. Okay, so Shivani, don't try to predict the cue card. There's no point. It can be so many different questions or topics. Never worry about trying to predict a cue card. That's not a good way to think about it. Okay. What's the first step? So here we have our cue card. We turn this over. What do I do first? So what should I do with my cue card? Anybody remember from previous classes what I've recommended as the first step? Okay. So what is your step number 1? Okay, Kyber says maybe identify what we're talking about. It's an object. Mina says, what's the topic? Derek says, make some notes. I like Boomy Chutbar's answer the best. Boomy Chutbar says, read the card twice, read the topic twice, especially. Okay. All right. So again, students, I do realize that many of your exams have been not necessarily canceled, but rescheduled. They will be presented in the future. So don't worry about that so much. Nobody's flying anywhere or moving around right now anyway. So stay home and study. Okay, it's a good chance to study. All right, as Boomy said, step number 1 is read the cue card carefully and read the topic statement twice. Okay, this way you won't go off topic. So let's do that now. Read with me. Here we go. Part 2, talk about an item that you plan to buy in the future. One more time. So twice. Talk about an item that you plan to buy in the future. What is it? Where do you plan to buy it? What do you need to do in order to buy this object? Why have you decided to purchase this item? What are the alternatives if you do not purchase this item? You will have 1 to 2 minutes to talk about this topic. All right, looking good. So we've read this twice and we've identified what we're doing with it. So now step 2, and a few of you said this for step 1. Please, students, don't forget step 1. Read that topic sentence twice. After I read the topic sentence twice, talk about an item that you plan to buy in the future, you should realize that you're going to use some future tense in this response, right? Boomy is on par. So step 2, identify the category that you are discussing and its key elements. So what that means, students, is in the cue card, you're either going to talk about a person, place, event, idea, or an object. Okay? Now, in this case, you're clearly talking about an object. All right? Because it's talk about an item you plan to buy in the future. So clearly you're talking about an object. Okay? Make sure to practice with all of these. Roshni, good job, you're on it. You're like, yeah, it's an object. When we talk about objects, regardless of the questions on the cue card, when we talk about objects, what kind of information should we include? Okay, so Mina says we should include its origin. Yeah. Where it comes from, sure. Before we get to function, Mina, we should talk about its appearance. That's right, Kyber. So appearance. So appearance, what it looks like. Origin, function, and its value for you. Okay? Those are the key elements. So here we know we're talking about an object, its appearance, origin, function, and its value for you. Okay, good. So far we're doing great. What's my next step? Okay. Elena, its longevity would be a part of its appearance or function. Okay. So appearance, origin, function, how it works, and its value for you. That's what you need to think of. What's the next step? What do I do after this? So I've read the card, read the topic sentence, identified. Okay, Mina says, think of 2 to 3 ideas. Yeah, and Mina, what should I be careful about when I'm thinking of these 2 to 3 possible answers? Okay, Tito says visualize. Tito, absolutely, you're correct. We always want to picture, visualize. Yeah. So step 3 is think of 2 to 3 objects that you can use for your answer. Make sure these are original and easy to talk about. So that's what you're focusing on, right? You want to make sure that they're original, and you want to make sure that they are easy to talk about. So you're not going to talk about an object that's impossible, even if you're a native speaker, to talk clearly about, right? So right away, we realize that phone or a mobile phone is not a good answer. Okay, a lot of students probably talking about the next mobile phone that they plan to buy. Computer or laptop, probably not the best answer either. Car, maybe not so good as well. Probably lots of students are going to talk about cars that they plan to buy. So let's get some other ideas out there, okay? What are some other good ideas of objects that you plan to buy? Okay, now remember, you have to talk for 2 minutes on these. Okay. Chavda, I'm sorry to hear that you didn't succeed in your goals. Just keep studying. Okay. All right. Elena says dishwasher. Yeah, dishwasher is probably a good idea. I like that idea, Elena. It's nice. What else? Marina's in here as well. Hi, Marina. A gold watch by Umid John. Okay, gold watch maybe. Gold, let's be specific, wristwatch. Okay. For Dobbs, a ticket? No, okay. Stay away from some object that leads to an event. So don't talk about a ticket, okay? Because when you're buying a ticket for Dobbs, you're not really buying an object. You're buying a service. You're buying some kind of an event or entry to an event. You have to stay away from that. Okay. Roshni says, planning to buy a chimney. Okay, that could be interesting. Sure. A new chimney? Yeah, why not? It's an object of utility. Ash says some speakers. Okay. Sure. Let's see what other... Arjun says an electric scooter. I like that idea. Yeah, see, when you think about it, you can come up with quite a few original ideas. Okay. Piano, somebody said. Now, I see that some of you are writing car, but on purpose, I'm staying away from car and bicycle because those are probably popular topics that many students will pick, and it's good to be original. So try to think of a topic that other students aren't picking as much, okay? IELTS examiners don't compare students in their ability, but it's difficult not to when 20 students are talking about the same object, okay? If 20 students are talking about a car or 20 students are talking about their next iPhone, it's really difficult for the examiner not to compare you to the performance of other students. Okay, so try to stay away from really popular topics. All right, somebody said a coffee maker. All right, we have some pretty good ideas here. There's another one I like. It's good. Pick a pillow, toothbrush. Okay, pillow or electric toothbrush. I like that one too. These are all great ideas. So if I were the IELTS examiner, if I'm your IELTS examiner, I would love to hear dishwasher, electric toothbrush, speakers, electric scooter, coffee maker. Those would be fantastic for me to hear. If I heard those topics come out, I'd be like, okay, this should be interesting. All right. So if your examiner is thinking that way, though, okay, this should be interesting, then you've chosen a good topic. Okay. All right. Again, noob, gun, difficult to talk about perhaps. Kush, bike, too popular. Z. Jafari, horse is not an object, it's an animal. Okay, John Dunn, again, pet is an animal. Careful, students, if you start talking about an animal, you're going to get a bad score because immediately the examiner will say, okay, I guess this student didn't realize they're supposed to talk about an object, and technically we don't consider animals like pets and horses objects. Okay. All right, students, let's choose one of these together. So dishwasher, number 1, gold wristwatch, 2, chimney, 3, speakers, 4, electric scooter, 5, piano, 6, coffee maker, 7, pillow, 8, electric toothbrush, 9. Let's take a vote. The one that I see is the most popular, we'll use that for today's answer. So go ahead, students, vote just once for one of these objects. Okay, just once for one of these objects. I see Ferdov says 6, Roshni says 3, 1. Kim says pillow 2, 9, 9. Okay, 9's getting quite a few votes here. 6 seems to be popular. 1 seems to be popular. All right. Wow, so many people like the concept of the piano. Interesting. I wonder why. Piano wouldn't be my top choice. Okay. All right. So again, just one vote, students. Lots and lots of votes. Good. We'll go with electric toothbrush, number 9. I think that's a great choice, by the way. I think if it's between piano and electric toothbrush, I would definitely go with electric toothbrush instead of piano. Just because piano, you might get into a difficult situation where you need more vocabulary and grammar to express yourself. Okay, I think with an electric toothbrush, it's fairly easy to talk about it. Okay, all right. Hopefully you're familiar with the words teeth and tooth and cleaning, and then you'll do okay. So let's pick electric toothbrush for today's lesson and talk about it. So our choice is electric toothbrush. All right, now our next step, step number 4, is to write down usable notes. Okay, so usable notes, that means that you, in your 1 minute, you need to take notes that will help you to continue speaking fluently and will give you details so that you use more lexical resource and create complex grammar. Okay, so don't write down notes that you have in your head anyway. Okay, so usable notes means helps with fluency and to give details. Okay, so give me some usable notes. Okay, so Boomy says it's about I'd say 20 centimeters long, so 25 centimeters long. Okay, black color, sure. Somebody wrote dentist recommended. Okay. Ferdov says made in the US. Sure. US made. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the names of them. Oral B, Roshni says, sure. All right. Ferdov says $100. Good. Yeah, again, you're building fluency. You're writing these down quickly. Okay, 365 milliampere battery. I would say it's probably more than that. Battery. Okay. Durable. All right, teach you some new vocabulary here. Reduce cavities. Okay, cavity is tooth decay, when you get a hole in your tooth. Okay, that's what I mean, that it can be difficult to talk about some of these points, so be careful. Sensitive teeth. Okay, and when you're writing your notes, students, don't forget about the questions, right? What is it? Where do you plan to buy it? What do you need to do in order to buy this object? Why have you decided to purchase this item? What are the alternatives if you do not purchase this item? So keep those thoughts in mind, okay, when you're writing down your notes. So what are your alternatives? Kartika, like that note, by the way, the sweet tooth. I have sweet tooth. So you need to brush more because you're eating more sugar, right? There's definitely lots there. Saves time. Okay, lots of good notes. What are your alternatives if you don't buy this? What can you do? Yeah, use a manual toothbrush, right? Okay. All right. So, good. Now, your next step, students, step number 5 is absolutely to think of your first sentence before your 1 minute preparation time is up. Okay. So, many students make that big mistake where they don't have a good first sentence. You need to have a good first sentence. Have a good first sentence. Have a good first sentence ready to go. That means it has to be direct and detailed. Also, you should reflect the target grammar of the cue card. In this case, that's future participle will. Okay, so this question is asking, talk about an item that you will or that you plan to buy in the future. So you need to use will. Okay, so get your first sentence ready. Let's see who comes up with the best first sentence for this cue card response. Okay. Umi Dijon, none of those are good. I don't want to hear what you're going to talk about or what you decided to talk about. I just want to hear the answer. So students, don't use words like I will talk about or I'd like to talk about. Every other student does that, and it's not good. Your band score goes down. Okay. Ferdov says, an object that I'm planning to purchase in the near future is an electric toothbrush. Okay, sure. Okay, that's okay. Let's see what other ones students come up with. Mina says, so the item that I would like to talk about and is electric too. Students, stop writing the item that I'd like to talk about. It's really weird, okay? Just think about that for a second. So if I'm talking to you and I say, well, I would like to talk about an electric toothbrush, I'm already talking about it. I'm going to talk about it anyway. It's not like the examiner can say, oh, nope, stop. I don't want to hear about that item. I'm out of here. Okay, so if you're saying I would like to talk about, then it's kind of like, well, what if I don't want to hear it? Do I have the option to walk away? No, because it's an IELTS exam. I'm going to sit here for 2 minutes and mark you. It doesn't matter what you want to talk about. You can talk about anything as long as you don't offend me. So don't tell me that you would like to talk about something. Don't tell me that there are lots of different things you can talk about. Just talk about it. Okay, your band score will go up. The more direct, detailed you are, the more clearly, coherently you answer the question, the better your mark will be. Okay, believe me, the examiners, they try to keep a cool face usually, but when the same sentence comes from the 20th student that day that I would like to talk about, the examiner inside their head is going, oh, geez, really? Another student would really like to talk about something again? So don't do that, okay? Just get right into it. Let's see some other ones. Preeti says, an object that I'm planning to buy in the future is an electric toothbrush. Yeah, that's a good start. Okay, you can be even more specific. I'm looking for some more specific answers. Pachu says, an object which I plan to buy in the future is an electric toothbrush. Okay, so using which or that for the adjective clause. Pavan says, an object which pops to mind is an electric toothbrush as it was suggested by my dentist. Pavan, that's nice. It's natural, it's original, okay? And it's direct. That's a much better answer. An object which pops to my mind is an electric toothbrush as this was suggested by my dentist. John says, I will or I want to buy an electric toothbrush because it's a new item instead of using my old toothbrush. Sure, that's good too. Okay. How about being super direct and saying something like, I will buy an electric toothbrush next week when I get a bit of time to shop around. Okay, so get right into that future participle. I will buy an electric toothbrush next week when I get a bit of time to shop around. I've been planning to buy this bathroom accessory for a while now. I just haven't gotten around to it. Okay? So again, students, nice natural language. Speak, 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 and repeat. Please repeat me when you hear me say these sentences. One more time. I will buy an electric toothbrush next week when I get a bit of time to shop around. I've been planning to buy this bathroom accessory for a while now. I just haven't gotten around to it. Okay. Notice how in this sentence I'm using will. Right away, I'm showing the examiner that it's clear for me on the cue card that I'm talking about a future event and object. Okay. And also here, because I'm giving a clear, direct answer, immediately I'm using a condition, conditional of real event. So my band score is going up because I'm showing the examiner that I can use subordinating conjunctions, meaning creating complex sentence structures, and I can use a real condition, right? So again, I will buy an electric toothbrush next week when I get a bit of time to shop around. I've been planning to buy this bathroom accessory for a while now. I just haven't gotten around to it. Okay, so far, so good. Students, what's my next step? Okay, what do I do now? So give me my next sentence. So the examiner at this point has said, your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking. So I begin speaking, and this is what I say. Okay. So I'm speaking. What do I say next? What would be a good next sentence? I've researched a couple of brands, Sweet Creature says. Yeah, okay. I've researched a few different brands, and I've decided to purchase a... Let's use our notes, yeah? Pachu says, yeah, look at your notes. You talked about the appearance there. US-made Oral-B toothbrush, right? So let's use that. So, and I've decided to purchase an Oral-B Pro 2000. That's actually my toothbrush. Ladies and gents, if you're wondering what I use to brush my teeth, I use the Oral-B Pro 2000. That's why I know it, okay? So, and I've decided to purchase, it's a good toothbrush, although I do like the one I have in Canada more, which is a Philips Sonic toothbrush. And I've decided to purchase an Oral-B 2000. Okay. Bruno R. Silva says, according to my dentist, there are a variety of brushes. In my case, he recommended this brush specifically, right? Okay, so I'm going to take what you wrote there, Bruno, and use it. I think that's great. It's nice fluency. We wrote about our dentist, right? So, according to my dentist, this is one of the better electric brushes on the market, and it's great value for money. It costs around $100. Sure, looking nice. Okay. We have some more suggestions. Ferdov says, before making the decision which brand I would like to buy, I talked with my dentist and he gave me the advice to purchase an Oral-B Pro. Very good, Ferdov. So I like that we're on the same page, okay? Again, expressing yourselves. Good job, students. Good jobs. All right. Marco says Butler Gum 211. Manual toothbrush is better. Trust me, I'm a dentist. We'll get into the debate next time, but all right. Khalil says it is quite expensive. Khalil Rahman, be really, really careful, okay? So you can't jump to the past tense. So Khalil says it was quite expensive, but when it comes to my health, it doesn't make a difference. Khalil, be really careful here, students. The question is, talk about an item that you plan to buy in the future. So what you want to do is you want to echo this, okay? Echo this understanding. What I mean, okay, by echo the understanding of this topic sentence is that you have to make sure not to say this was an expensive toothbrush, because now you just confused your listener. Your listener is thinking this is something you plan to buy in the future. So throughout your speaking, okay, every couple sentences, you should use some grammar and some vocabulary that shows you're planning to buy this in the future. Also, the question is asking about you. So you have to keep using I, me, my, okay? If you suddenly change to you, like this brush will help you to have cleaner teeth, you're confusing your listener. Or if you say people like this toothbrush because, you're confusing your listener. You have to change that to I, me, my. I use this toothbrush, or I plan to have this toothbrush so that I will have cleaner teeth, okay? and not people, not you. So be really, really careful. It's easy to make that mistake, and then it gets confusing. Okay? You're very welcome, Khalil. So careful with that. All right. So, so far so good. Again, let's read, repeat, and then we'll keep going. So let me erase my work here so you can see the board. Repeat. I will buy an electric toothbrush next week when I get a bit of time to shop around. I've been planning to buy this bathroom accessory for a while now. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've researched a few different brands, and I've decided to purchase an Oral-B 2000. According to my dentist, this is one of the better electric toothbrushes on the market, and it's great value for money. It costs around $100. Okay, let's describe what it looks like. It's about 20 centimeters in height. Has a rubber handle and an interchangeable brush head. Its color is either white, black, or blue. I haven't yet decided which color to buy. Okay. Now, this sentence here, again, I'm saying this, so this one here, this last one, I haven't yet decided which color to buy, so that I keep showing the examiner that it's an item which I plan to buy in the future. Okay? All right. So I've directly answered the topic question. I'm describing what it is, what it looks like, so the appearance. Okay. Now, what should I do next? What should I type here, or in the real situation, what should I say next? Okay. Boomy says this not only comes with a 2,000 milliampere battery, but also a 2-year warranty. Gail says, in the meantime, I'll sleep on it and make that decision later. That's good. Like your nice use of idiomatic language. Okay, Ashish, you're going off topic. Bennywall. Preeti, it's okay to speak short and long. What's most important is that it's clear and correct. Okay. Pachu, talking about the appearance of the toothbrush as beautiful is awkward language. Careful about that. Charlie Sen says it's about 20 centimeters long and black in color. It has replaceable brush head, firewire system to charge the 2,000 milliampere battery. Okay, Charlie, that's great description. Elena says it's around 15 centimeters long with a comfortable rubber handle. I find it comes in 5 different colors. I would like to buy the blue toothbrushes. This is my favorite color, but this will depend on its availability. Elena, that's good description too. Okay. I like it. Let's see what else some people are writing. What would you follow with? Sweet Creature says its sensitive bristles aren't tough on teeth, and gums. Gums is the upper part, gums. Okay, which is exactly what I'm looking for. All right, Sweet Creature, that's good too. I like it. Don't talk. Yeah, Roshni, there you go. So Roshni says, guys, girls, let's not forget about function. So talking about its function. So these days, I'm really into parties. So my intake of chocolates and variety of sweets is more. That's why I decided to take this brush, which will help me remove and protect my teeth from tooth decay. Yeah, absolutely. So it's function. All right. So that's what we want to do. Since I have quite the sweet tooth, I need to protect my teeth from cavities, and as such, an electric toothbrush is the right way to go. This Oral B's revolving bristles at 2000 RPM and 2-minute brush timer will ensure that my pearly whites are kept clean every day. All right, students, so I'm teaching you some new language here, having a little bit of fun with it as well. Follow with me, okay? So, since I have quite the sweet tooth is an idiomatic expression meaning that you like chocolates, candies, sugary snacks. Okay, so that's what having a sweet tooth means. It means you like those sugary sweets. I need to protect my teeth from cavities. Okay, again, cavities are those holes that you get in your teeth from bacteria attacking the injured enamel. All right, and as such, an electric toothbrush is the right way to go. Right way to go means the right decision. Okay, right way to go, right decision. This Oral-B's revolving is a nice verb to use here. Revolving means it shifts around like this. Okay, so revolving. Of course, the even more accurate word that you can add here as well is oscillating. Okay. Oscillating is a special type of movement where it moves back and forth like this. So the Oral-B's revolving and oscillating bristles. Bristles are the little hairs that you find on your hairbrush or your toothbrush. Okay, those are little bristles. At 2000 RPM. RPM is rotations per minute. For those of you who like cars and motorbikes, you're probably familiar with this acronym, rotations per minute. RPM, yeah, not RMP. Okay, and 2-minute brush timer. So as you know, many of these toothbrushes, they have a little timer that beeps or light goes off or buzzes when you're done. Will ensure that my pearly whites, there's a nice idiomatic expression for teeth, okay? We call your teeth your pearly whites. You know pearls, the pearls on the necklace that come from the clams, right? You call your teeth your pearly whites, okay? All right, are kept clean every day. Okay, so we're doing a fantastic job so far. I'm sure your examiner is impressed. Now, at this point, you want to make sure that you're answering the cue card, okay? So after, I'm going to put this into brackets or parentheses here. After about a minute of speaking in part 2, check the cue card and make sure to answer all of the questions. It's very important to get a high band score. Okay, so that's what we want to do now. We look at the cue card and we're making sure that we're answering everything on the card. What is it? We're talking about it. Item we plan to buy in the future. Yep, I'm using I, me, my. I'm using will and plan, so I'm good. Where do you plan to buy it? Oh, I haven't answered this yet. Okay, so I want to make sure that I answer that. I don't even go to the next questions. I stop right there when I check the cue card and I go back and immediately answer that. I kind of answer that as I'm looking at the cue card. Okay, so give me some answers, students. Jae Hong Ling, welcome to our group of members. Thank you for joining. Send me an email. I'll hook you up with your perks. Ferdov says, I'm going to purchase this item next Saturday, 1 p.m. when I'm at the Matreshka shopping mall. Very good, Ferdovs. Okay. Umijan says, from an online shop. Umijan, be even more specific. So say, I plan to buy this item with express delivery from Amazon, okay, or from eBay. The more specific you are, the better you will be, okay? I would use a correlative conjunction here. So I will purchase this brush either online through Amazon or at Media Market near my home if they are willing to price match with Amazon. All right, so that's what I would say. I will purchase this brush either online through Amazon or at Media Market near my home if they are willing to price match with Amazon. Again, very detailed, using compound grammar here, using either or, that nice correlative conjunction to get those band scores up and away into the band 8-9 category. All right, that's what you want to do. Team Rabiraz1 says, my dentist will order one for me. And I will pick it up next week. Pachu says, I'm planning to buy this brush from my local supermarket. Sure. Supermarket's maybe a little bit awkward, Pachu. Electronics shop, I think, would be a little bit better. Dentist ordering it is okay. Elena Mori says, there's a good department store just 5 blocks from my home where I will buy it this coming Sunday. They have a great offer with a 20% discount, right? Elena, use some of that quantitative language when possible. Okay. Preeti Yogi says, last week I saw this item on Flipkart and I will purchase it very soon to protect my sweet teeth. Very good, Preeti. Okay. Yeah, Marina, I know they're available in supermarkets as well, but again, supermarket is not the best answer. An electronics shop would probably be a little bit better, or a health store maybe. Okay. All right. Let's keep going here. So have I answered all of my questions on the card? No, not yet. Why have you decided to buy or purchase this item? We talked about that. So it's because I have a sweet tooth. What do you need to do in order to buy this object? Okay, we want to maybe answer that a little bit more clearly. Although we've said a bit about it, so it's there, but we can be a bit more clear. So I need about $100 and a couple of hours on this coming Sunday to make the purchase. And I need to make up my mind about which color to choose. If I don't carry through with my plans, I will be stuck brushing my teeth with my trusty handheld brush that I currently use. All right. So now I believe I've answered all of the questions on the card. Always make sure to answer all the questions on the card. What are the alternatives if you do not purchase this item? That was the last question, right? Okay, students, let's read this card again and read our answer. Make sure it makes sense. Let's do this together. Again, speak, repeat. Here we go. Talk about an item that you plan to buy in the future. What is it? Where do you plan to buy it? What do you need to do in order to buy this object? Why have you decided to purchase this item? What are the alternatives if you do not purchase this item? Ashish, welcome to our group of members as well. Make sure to send me an email so I can hook you up with perks. All right, here we go, students. Here's our answer. I will buy an electric toothbrush next week when I get a bit of time to shop around. I've been planning to buy this bathroom accessory for a while now. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've researched a few different brands and I've decided to purchase an Oral-B Pro 2000. According to my dentist, this is one of the better electric toothbrushes on the market and it's great value for money. It costs around $100. It's about 20 centimeters in height, has a rubber handle and an interchangeable brush head. Its color is either white, black, or blue, but I haven't yet decided which color to buy. Since I have quite the sweet tooth, I need to protect my teeth from cavities, and as such, an electric toothbrush is my right choice or the right way to go. This Oral-B's revolving and oscillating bristles at 2000 RPM and 2-minute brush timer will ensure that my pearly whites are kept clean every day. I will purchase this brush either online through Amazon or at Media Market near my home if they're willing to price match with Amazon. So I need about $100 and a couple of hours on this coming Sunday to make the purchase. And of course, I need to make my mind up about which color to choose. If I don't carry through with my plans, I'll be stuck brushing my teeth with my trusty handheld brush that I'm currently using. All right, so that's your Band 9 response. Your accent doesn't have to be perfect. Your pronunciation doesn't need to be perfect, okay? The flow, the grammar, the accuracy, the detail, responding to all the questions on the card, that has to be accurate. That's what will get you those high Band 9 scores, okay? So again, make sure to practice part 2 lots at home because it's not simple, it's not easy. We don't do this kind of speaking in everyday life, so you have to build strategy and confidence. You can do this on our websites also. We have lots of videos and materials to help you, and we even offer practice speaking interviews. Okay, so check us out at aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gieltshelp.com for general. That's it for today. Wonderful participation, everybody. On the topic of brushing teeth and staying healthy, make sure to wash your hands lots. Try not to touch your face these days. Okay, stay away from that. I know it's difficult, but don't touch your face, especially if you're wearing masks. Don't touch your face. Okay, and have a great rest of the day. Tomorrow I will be back with task 2 for members and listening parts 1 and 2 for everyone. Bye for now. Take care of yourselves. Much love from Budapest.